Well, hello there, everybody out in YouTube land. We got Spyderco. Spyderco. I've had this for a little while. I had to get it. I saw it was coming up, and it's Spyderco Resilience. But it's not just Spyderco Resilience. Not that cheapy HCR13, blah, blah, blah. Instead, it's a cheapy with great steel. S35VN, cheapy with good steel. If there's anything I love, it's overall affordability. And it's resilient. Yes, it is. It's the Spyderco Resilience, and it's FRN scales, and it's a big dog. Why do you always have to have big knives on your channel? Because I do. It's the way I roll. Okay, I'm moving the camera up a little bit. It's a big knife. If you don't want one, don't get one. Get the Tenacious. It's out in S35VN too. 4 1/4 inch blade. Holy moly, Batman. And, wow, 9 3/8 overall length. Almost 24 centimeters, baby. You get you some of that. And I'll tell you what, that's almost all cutting edge. That's over a 4-inch cutting edge. You slice the apple with that one. What's this? Hold on. 1/2 inch thick. That's pretty standard fare. 12.5 millimeter. What we got for blade stock? You bind the blade, buddy. That's what you're paying for on this one. 3 millimeters at 0.11. Because, you know, these are $117.60. That's the important part, is the 60 cents. So, if you get it on White Mountain, $11.76 off. So, okay. So, hey, I mean, I like it. I like it because it's a big knife. I didn't like it when it was HCR. And this one's got a blue handle, and that's like bonus time. And you can see all the stuff. And this is ambidextrous carry, of course. But like I was saying, if you don't feel resilient, you might feel tenacious. And that's 107 minus $10.70 or whatever. So, you know, all of a sudden, here you are. And it's 3.4-inch blade, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, now, this is right here. Says made in China because they're made in China. This is part of their line that they make in China. And they made the bird line of knives, and they're made in China as well. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, get it, Spyderco box, normal, of course. You know, it's a hell of a knife, though, isn't it? Nice because you're getting super steel. And let's give me something to cut. I gotta cut these things in half because they're too big for under the camera otherwise. Oh, baby. That jumped out of the way. It didn't even want to come in contact with the blade. See, you got a big old flat, grunt, slicey blade. So, I mean, maybe it's not all that uppity up, you know, scale in this way. But, I mean, Endura, 4, you know, all the, you know, delicate, all that, you know, kind of the same damn deal. So, and this one's got the schmancy steel. So, and I think Spyderco does a good job of heat treating. From what I've seen in the past when we were doing Rockwells and shit on them, I thought they did an excellent job on all the different steels they do, and they do a bunch of different steels. Open design, liner lock. There's your lockup. That's what, 35%, if it's anything. Pretty straight, good lockup there. It's jimped on this, and the pass through is almost annoyingly too much, isn't it? That's a lot of pass. I didn't need it quite that much. You could have brought this down a good 1/16 and still given me plenty. And what's my drop like? Oh, it's just drop shutty, isn't it? Just drop shutty. No, maybe not. Hey, we could take this apart, take a look at it. You know, probably nothing to brag about in there. At least like skeletonized liners, number 6 screws on the body, and number 8 on the pivot. You know, tip up, tip down, left, right, upside down, inside out, whatever. So at least it's good for lefties. It's good for the typical, you know, traditional European hunting knife tip down or tip up if you're, you know, a modern, intelligent person like me, of course, as most of us are. So tip up is good. And yeah, it's hard to fault this knife, you know. I'm glad they came out with this. Good thinking. I mean, it's already a knife they had in their arsenal. I've had it in my hand before back when it was black scales and 8CR, but I thought, you know, it's just too bad. There's some potential here in this knife to do something more, and sure enough, here it goes. So, I mean, who needs the police version now? Or whatever, I don't know. I mean, this is bigger than the salt version and all that. And hey, she got good steel, so I'm pretty good with this. This could be a good carry beater. I mean, you don't have to worry about scratches and garbage and stuff. That FRN is pretty tough stuff. And it's full stainless, so it's pretty corrosion resistant, etc. And check this out, I mean, the ergos are pretty good. This is the only thing with this pass-through. It's like, you know, if these sides are a little closer up, this is more support for your finger. You kind of just like, all you're feeling is this side, not this side when you wrap your finger around there. But the rest of it's really good ergos, and reverse grip actually is much better than forward grip in that regard. But I mean, this is doable. You can, you know, tough it out, get with this. Pocket clip's not really causing a ruckus. It's pretty close to the scales here. I don't know. I mean, they all, guess they can bother you after a while depending on how long you're doing a cutting task. Got a little thumb ramp here. That's nice. And you can Spidey flick it open. And no, I haven't played with the pivot to see if I can get it a little bit more, you know, a little bit more resilient in the drop. So we will pull it apart, kind of see the guts, and then see if we can give it a little bit more than that, maybe over time. Obviously, you look in here, you see a washer. So, I mean, it's not bearings or anything. That you probably already knew that, but yeah. So, I mean, I just thought in case you rip Van Winkle and you just woke up, or they, you know, melted you out of a glacier or something, the Resilience is now available in this S35 and with blue FRN scales. And I think that's basically what I wanted to get across. And the Tenacious as well, by the way. 124 grams. Let's see what the ounces are like, and if we can get our little multi, you know, wonderful scale over here. 4.39. Okay, yeah, it's all right. She's a big dog, you know, that's for sure. Okay, let's ruinate ourselves here. Okay, backside. Number 8. Okay. Wow, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, what's your experience with Spydercos? I mean, if I'm looking at a PM2, and I guess the PM2 just kind of got me gun shy a little bit on Spydercos, and I had the Subvert as well that I did, and I'm going, oh my God, it was like they have a welding department at Spyderco that just welds these things together, and it was like almost twisting the screw completely off just to get them undone. But this one is not that way. How weird is that? I guess we're going to separate the scale from the liner. I guess we're going to have to do this. And, you know, they make sure they got 3 screws on it. At least you can get a lynch clip and you can go deep carry on this. I mean, that's one thing about the Spyderco stuff. They're carrying this across. So, I mean, wow, they got thread lock around there? Sure didn't feel like it, did it? And let's see if these body screws are the same, because they coming right off, which is almost spooky. I guess it's the more expensive versions that seem to be a nightmare to disassemble, which is another spooky thing to have to say in front of people. It's like, seriously? So, those three are the same though, I guess. Yeah, okay. So here's your, wow, and they got the goop back here. What they got the goop for? I got it for this, I guess. So there's the secondary goop. Okay, so there's your log bar ceramic detam ball, which is a little strange. And look at the pivot thing. They got a squared off area on the pivot pass through there. So, wow, okay, this is kind of getting interesting. And this is the log bar side. But they put in the white greasy grease, didn't they? Maybe I ought to keep it there. It's probably in there for a reason. And then here's your stop. And there's your pivot, which has got a squared off section on it, right? And then you got bronze washers. So, I mean, and it's skeletonized. The liners are nice. They're finished nicely. No gotchas. Wow. Actually, it's not too shabby. They got her greased up enough. I don't know if this is not usually the way I like to roll with the grease. So I think I'm just going to put some light lube in there instead. Alrighty then. Let me see. Oh, get my lighter lube out here. Let me see if I got some in here. I got some, man. I'm getting down on that, baby. Getting down on that. Okay, now, what were we doing? Well, we're coming from the front here, and we don't have to worry about that. D shape is going to be on the down, so we got to rotate it on the down when we try and connect it up. But let's put this on. Then let's put some of this kind of greasy on it, okay? And that's enough greasy. Okay, hold on. Where's my stoppy stop? Okay, let's get it jammed in here. Okay, are you good? You're not gonna jam into the stand? Okay. Now, next. Probably should have put some under and over, right? Get in there. And over. Okay, good. Doesn't need to be much. Probably doesn't need to be much. Okay, what are we lacking? We're lacking nothing. Boy, this is nice to pull off. And man, I've had some issues with PMTs trying to get this part out. Changing scales and such. So wow, I mean, this is a pleasure to disassemble. Okay. So we're good there. I guess we can slap old mama on here. Okay. Actually, I keep getting the impression this is like just really cheap, but actually, I mean, I'm pretty impressed about, when you get it apart, you got to feel the liners and all that, and ooh, baby, come on, stand you up. The screws easy in and out, and the skeletonized and deburred and polished, and it ain't that bad. I mean, seriously. So I'm much more impressed after doing the disassembly than I was before I got into it. But I mean, they ain't giving it away. It ain't no $50 shooter. But then you got this kind of, blade steel, so. And you got the proud Spyderco name on it, so there's that as well. And at least they're in the U.S. If something go down, then it's one of those things. All right. Let's let's do this. And try not to put a body screw in here, because these go in there, damn it. Okay, now, what? Come here. 1, 2, 3, all same size. Okay, good, good, good. Bang, bang, bang. And are we figuring it out? Okay, there's that. There's that. And there's that. Now, let's just snug them up a little bit. What do you think? Okay. We snugged it, and it's centered, and I probably snugged it up, and oh, I snugged it up real good. Okay, let's unsnug it. Let's just get really loosey, and we knocked it way out of whack, but let's get it real loose and see if I can kind of feel for it again here. I don't want to get this too, and that's good. I just want to put much pressure on it. That's not going to give me that, but over time, maybe the washers will polish up and you get more of a, but you getting a hell of a cutting instrument, that's for sure. And it's big enough to get the job done, and it's light enough, and I like it. I like it good. Okay. That's good. Okay. Heck with you. So, tenacious, resilient. I like them. I like them in this kind of steel, and I always like the flat grind, and I always like the Endura and Delica and stuff. So, I like the Dragonfly. I like the Ladybug. I like a lot of them. I like the PM2, you know, and the Para 3 and all that. So, okay. We like Spyderco. Yeah. Take care, my friends. Yes, we do. We love them knives, and you guys stay sharp.